New York gun laws reveal Democrats' desperation. Virginia caves under strong opposition from gun owners. And the left is melting our kids' brains. This is the Loaded Mic, and I'm Dan Wasp. Whether you like them or not, Glock handguns are among the best-selling handguns in America, which is why they're under attack by the originally appointed governor of New York State, Kathy Hochul. Now, there's a new bill in the New York State Codes Committee that should be concerning to all New York gun owners. It's called A199, Assembly 199. It would ban any semi-automatic pistol with cruciform trigger bar that can be readily converted by hand or with common household tools into a so-called machine gun, solely by installation or attachment of a pistol converter. Now, this bill is similar to New York State Bill S9225, which did not advance past the Senate Codes Committee. It was introduced on May 7, 2024, referred to codes, and then died in committee at the end of the 2023-2024 legislative cycle. So although New York State's legislature has already created an extensive list of unconstitutional gun laws that are now in the books, which do nothing, by the way, to reduce crime, they're still not happy. Their next step is to ban Glock altogether and prevent them from doing business in the state of New York. But because of the way the bill is written, it could potentially ban all handguns that could be converted to what they call machine gun status. If this new legislation gets signed into law in the state of New York, possession of any handgun fitting the bill's description could bring with it a Class D felony. So let's remember that one of Kathy Hochul's first moves as governor was to authorize the release of 191 Rikers Island inmates. It's clear who Kathy Hochul supports. She's for the criminal and against the law-abiding citizen, especially if they don't vote for her. Kathy Hochul and her gang of communist legislators will turn lawful gun owners into criminals overnight and punish them with more severe penalties than those given to rapists and armed robbers in the state of New York. So we're going to talk about this and many other things with he's not looking for trouble, but he does keep a snowplow on his truck year-round for left-wing protesters. You know, just in case. Anthony Deso. So, still got the snowplow on?
Well, sure. Put the spikes on when the spring comes.
Yeah. So they're at it again. So Anthony, I want to get your opinion on this bill, and we can move on to some other stuff. But like I said, with this one, this was something that never made it out of committee last year, but she's trying it again. She's, you know, and Glock has been the one that they've been targeting because of the Glock switch, and she would love to shut down Glock in New York State and force them to pull all their products. What are your thoughts?
I think they'll just end up suing her, and they'll get their sales back. But the best part of her speech was when she said you could put 1,200 rounds through a handgun per minute. Listen, crazy. What moron would even believe that that's even possible? There's no, listen, Bruce Lee's not even fast enough to take a magazine out that quick and put it in. That means, so you have a 10 round max, right? So you have to put how many? 120 magazines in a handgun in less than a minute? Listen, number one, halfway through that firing, that gun would melt in your hand.
Exactly.
The internal parts would literally melt and the gun would never fire again. This is how stupid Democrats are.
Yeah,
and
they don't
she got up there and actually said those words.
She doesn't care because there's so many people in New York State who are anti-gun lefties who they'll just believe whatever she says. Yeah, you have replacing those magazines. Can you imagine how quickly you got to replace those
Even
magazines?
if you had 120 of your friends lined up, you're still not doing it in a minute.
Yeah,
I think, you know what? I think we should do it. I think we should try it.
Yeah.
No, there's no way.
Anyway.
He would even get 200-300 rounds through his gun in a minute. I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't know how people listen to her.
Well, you're right though about the magazine swaps. Like that takes time too. You know, there's just no way. But she doesn't care, and the people who support gun control in New York State, they don't care. It's just more fuel for their mission. You know. Just,
she said a machine gun. It converts it into a machine gun.
Yeah.
I don't even know what a machine gun is.
No, I know, so ridiculous, but that's what we're dealing with these freaking clowns.
And we're gonna have her for another 8 years.
Oh God. You know, I wish I knew what happened with Elise Stefanik.
I think she got threatened. Something happened.
Was all, what's that?
She got threatened or something. It just seemed too quick.
Yeah, something happened all of a sudden, and I still haven't gotten any inside information on that. But she would have been so great, you know. I think she would have beat Hochul, and then all of a sudden,
she was the only
drop
one,
out like that.
I think she's the only one that could have did it.
Yeah. And then to just drop out, it just doesn't make sense to me. Something was up with that.
Yeah.
We're gonna find out at some point.
Oh yeah, it'll come out.
But yeah, so now we got this guy Blakeman. I don't know much about him. He's running as the Republican, and I guess he is going to be the Republican challenger for Hochul. I just don't know that I've got a heck of a lot of faith in him winning. I don't know him that well, and he doesn't seem. I just don't know. So
never going to change the minds of the left in New York.
No,
never going to change. They're all crazy down there.
Yeah, and the problem is it affects us up here in upstate. You know, it affects the whole state. The lunatics down in New York City, who I hope they have buyer's remorse with Tommy Mandami. And because what they voted for was their own demise. That New York City's going to hell. Last week on the show we talked about all the garbage piling up.
It's still there. It's still piling up. Because he can't. He doesn't know how to budget the trash people. He has no idea. I mean, the guy's a commie. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's never done anything. His whole life he has a golden spoon in his mouth. He hasn't held a job. Yeah. And he comes to our country and he becomes mayor. You can't make this up.
You know, we thought Eric Adams was bad. Eric Adams would be a delight. Let's get Eric Adams back.
Well, he was blaming Eric Adams for the $12 billion deficit. He was like, "Oh, it's his fault. We don't stop." It's just I don't know. I don't understand any of it down in the city, but they're going to get what's coming to them.
Well, yeah, and we're also going to Virginia is starting to experience the same kind of thing with this Spamberger chick. We're going to get into some of the gun laws that she's trying to push and some of the defeats that she's experiencing right now. But let's get to one of our sponsors real quick. You want to know who's fighting for your gun rights? Gun Owners of America. Now, GOA is the no compromise gun rights group. So I urge you to become a member at gunowners.org. Well, what have they done? Well, GOA secured a preliminary injunction against the ATF pistol brace rule. GOA members submitted a record 85,000 plus comments opposing the ATF's universal registration check rule. They helped enact permitless carry in Nebraska and Florida. GOA secured victories in California, Illinois, New York, New Mexico, Oregon, Pennsylvania, and Virginia. Plus, they won 2 legal victories against the ATF's zero tolerance policy. And GOA fought to overturn Joe Biden's ban on funding hunter education, shooting sports, and archery in schools. So with the constant attacks on our Second Amendment, we often ask ourselves, what can I do? Well, this is what you can do. You can become a member at gunowners.org and help us save the Second Amendment. So, Anthony, I wanted to get to some stuff here. I'm not sure where I fall on this, because this one is this next story is something bad. Something bad is going on here with our youth. I'm not sure if I believe this next story, but I don't know. I really don't know. I'm on the fence with this. There's from our friends over at New York Post. The headline is: Teen claims popular acne drug made him shoot his friends, killing one. Have you heard about this one?
No.
Okay. In December 2023, Connor Hilton, then 17, shot his friends, Ethan Riley and Benjamin Blake, in the head inside his home in Friendswood, Texas, ultimately killing one of them. When police arrived on the scene, Hilton was visibly distraught. In interrogation footage seen in a new report from CBS, CBS News 48 Hours, he cried and told police, "What I did was wrong. I need to do the punishment. I know that, but I also need help. I need I need some help," end quote. Hilton admitted to feeling suicidal and homicidal. He and his family claim a popular prescription drug for acne was to blame for the uncharacteristically violent act. Immediately after the shooting, Hilton told police that he'd been in an argument with his friends and fired in self-defense. But in other moments, including an interview at the station, he told a different story. He said, quote, "I need to be put in a mental hospital," he was heard saying on body cam. He also said, "I've had suicidal, homicidal thoughts for so long," he told officers. "What I did was wrong. I need to do the punishment. I know that, but I also need help." He said his defense, it says here, his defense team claims the culprit was Accutane, the retinoid medication that's prescribed to treat severe acne and can resolve deep, painful cysts and nodules when other options don't work. So, though the brand name drug Accutane is no longer distributed in the U.S., its active ingredient is isotretinoin, and continues to be available generically. While it's effective for fighting acne, it also has some pretty severe risks, warranting a black box warning for depression, suicidal thoughts, hallucinations, aggressive and or violent behaviors, and even psychosis. Researchers believe this is due to how certain chemicals in the brain that affect mood, like dopamine and serotonin, are altered. So it goes on, but I just want to get your initial opinion on this. Is this a bunch of BS? Is it possible that this acne medication could cause this kid to kill his friends? Or is there something else going on? What are your thoughts?
I don't know. That's why does an acne drug have so many crazy side effects? I mean, it's just acne.
Yeah.
I mean, just put some cream on your face, buddy.
The interesting thing is, if this does turn out to be something that can alter you, they're gonna start saying, the left is gonna start saying, well, if you have zits, you can't have a gun. One zit.
Oh yeah, that's coming.
Right.
Yep. Yeah.
And so, this is just a crazy story. I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to believe that acne medication can make you crazy. I am starting to think, and we're going to get into more stuff in the show today, but about how the political left is killing our kids. But I don't know. There's got to be more psychological stuff going on with these kids. It can't just be acne medication, right?
Oh yeah. I told you the toddler Obama kids are growing up, and they've been indoctrinating them from the beginning. So they're just, I don't know. They're all crazy. Like all the kids now are protesting, saying "F you, ICE." I mean, these kids their brains aren't even developed yet, and they're out there protesting stuff. They don't even know what they're talking about.
They don't even know what it is.
They have no idea.
It's so disappointing to watch these teachers encouraging these kids to skip school. Teachers are encouraging kids to skip school to protest. I thought the teachers were supposed to punish the kids for doing such things.
And keep their political beliefs out of the school.
Wow.
But we let that all go now. I mean, we just let the kids walk around, do whatever they want. Half of them are illiterate, dumb. They just, none of them know how to read or write. But yeah, let's go out and protest. Makes sense. An old public school education.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going so crazy right now that I don't even know. You would think that the parents, the normal parents, if there are any left,
I don't know if there is any left,
would be swarming the school board meetings and saying, "What the hell are you people doing to our kids?" Because that's not the only thing. Go ahead.
The idiots in Schenectady were on Facebook. You commented on it, but all the parents are on there saying, "Oh, I support my kid," because you're a moron. Your kid can't read or write, but you're okay with them going out and having a sign that says "F you, ice leave." That's good.
Unbelievable.
And by the way, they didn't spell the word "F you." They just used the letter "F you" because they couldn't spell the word.
Yeah.
Idiots. But, like 70% of black kids in school can't read. They're illiterate.
Yeah.
Hey, got to keep the dummies down so they can vote for you. We wouldn't want a smart black kid. Terrible.
Right.
Our whole school system's destroyed. It really is.
Well, as soon as you give Democrats control of anything, they screw it up.
Yeah.
Because the teachers unions are their first and foremost thing that they want to protect is them.
Yep. Well, there's a teacher in California who was praising ICE. She's on leave. Yep, they put her on leave because she was praising ICE, not against ICE.
Yeah.
So that there should be, grounds for a lawsuit. Because, she's not aligning with them. So they put her out on leave without pay. It's like, what?
It's completely backwards. Just like it's backwards in Canada right now. It's really bad in Canada.
Oh.
And protecting the criminals, and free speech is not a thing in Canada. And you can't pray in public.
Up there. The dictatorship.
I was just there not too long ago, and luckily we went in and had a meeting and stuff, and we came out. We had dinner at a nice restaurant, and then we came back home. So I didn't really get to experience a whole lot of it. I was kind of in and out, but from what I'm seeing online, Canada is just an absolute mess.
Becoming a Muslim country anyway.
That's another thing.
They'll be taking over that soon. Did you hear about the NFL players' taxes in California?
What's this? Go ahead.
Okay, so each player of the Seahawks got a bonus for winning the Super Bowl of $178,000.
Okay.
Oh no, it gets worse. So in California, there's a tax called the jock tax. And since they were there 7 days, they had to pay $246,000 in taxes for those 7 days. So they lost $71,000.
That's just...
Yes. Yep. So each player paid $246,000 in taxes, and they won. So they lost $71,000. So now the players are saying they don't want to ever hold a Super Bowl in San Francisco again. So they all got a bonus, but they ended up paying an extra $71,000 in taxes to California for being there 7 days.
What a freaking
That's
joke.
how crazy corrupt California is. And now you know why, what's his name, left California, moved to Florida.
Who?
The Facebook.
Zuckerberg?
Zuckerberg. He uplifted all of his businesses. He went to Florida. before the billionaires tax crap kicked in. So all these people are leaving California, and Newsom's in like billions of dollars in debt. But yeah, luckily he's going. Imagine that guy your president. This country would be done. We would literally.
Well, I think about another 4 years of Biden or Kamala.
Oh, Kamala would have destroyed this country.
Trump's got an uphill battle the entire way, just trying to turn things around and fix some of the damage that the Democrats have done. What a shame when you really think about it. What a freaking shame. What a great country. Our founding fathers had great principles, and you got these communist Democrats just coming in and doing everything they can to uproot all our traditional values and just destroy everything that's good.
Oh yeah.
It's just odd when you think about it. It's kind of sad. It makes you sad because, we shouldn't have to live with these lunatics.
No.
There was a time these people would have been kicked the hell out of our country, but they've ingrained themselves, these communists, in our every system, our education system, our government, all sorts of places, our entertainment system, our news, news outlets, and they're destroying everything they touch.
Yep. Like, think about it. The internet really destroyed America. Think about it. Before the internet, none of this happened. We weren't disrespecting or trying to kill our presidents. We weren't bashing them 24/7. You bashed them to people, but they never heard it. Now, the internet is probably the worst thing ever invented. I mean, this is all day, all night is all you hear is Trump, 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 Trump. It's crazy. You can't get away from it. Then, and all you hear about is Savannah Guthrie's mom being kidnapped. But there's hundreds of thousands of people who are kidnapped every year that you don't hear about because you know what? They don't have any money.
Well, I don't even think it's that. I think it's something else. I am every time I turn on Fox News, all I get 24/7 is this potential kidnapping. It's like, okay, enough.
Yeah. It's like
enough.
Yeah.
Give us the updates.
Do your stupid investigation and stop blaring it 24/7. Because, it's horrible, but I don't care. I don't care that some millionaire's mom disappeared. It's obviously something going on.
I guess my point is it seems like they're trying to cover up something with this 24/7 coverage.
Yeah.
It's like, what are we not learning about? What are we not seeing? What's going on? Why, especially Fox News, why are they so committed to this?
Yeah, I don't know. Something's off about the whole thing.
Yeah.
Like, why are you kidnapping her mom? That just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you're asking for what? What are they asking for? Bitcoin?
Yeah.
Or what? Some kind of coin. I was like, what?
No, yeah, I think it was Bitcoin. It was cryptocurrency of some
cryptocurrency.
Some sort of cryptocurrency.
And they got a picture of a guy, so he sees his eyes.
Yeah.
I mean, he's literally covered.
He's
we're putting a photo out of the
covered.
We're putting a photo out. Photo.
He's kind of stumbling up to the camera, right? He's stumbling up. He's putting his hand in front of the camera. He looks like a bumbling fool. I don't even think that guy didn't even look like he was a real. He's a real. And why do we not see that footage right away? Why do we have to wait 2 weeks to see this?
Exactly. I think an immigrant.
They just found this new footage, right?
Some illegal immigrant probably kidnapped her and killed her, and they're not telling anybody because that would kill their narrative, right?
You know what? This story is there's something so off about it that I don't even want to spend time talking about it. I don't even know what to say about this ridiculous story, but something's off. I think you're right.
Something's off.
Anyway, let me move on here a little bit. We were talking about Canada. Are you familiar with this new Jesse Van Rootsealer? 18 years old, ID'd as transgender ex-student behind the Tumbler Ridge mass killing.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that.
All right, so let's show a photo of this kid, and I'll read a little bit from this New York Post article. Let's see here. What do we have? Do we have a photo here?
Oh,
Yeah, there he is.
wow.
The deranged high school dropout who murdered his mother and stepbrother before killing 6 people at British Columbia School has been identified as 18-year-old transgender ex-student Jesse Van Rootsealer. The horrifying attack, one of the deadliest shootings in Canada's history, began Tuesday at a residence in sleepy rural community of Tumbler Ridge in the Western Province and concluded at Tumbler Ridge Secondary School, a small academy serving grades 7 through 12 with a student body of around 160. Authorities say Van Rootsealer shot himself dead at the school. Van Rootsealer was identified Wednesday as the shooter by Royal Canadian Mounted Police Department Commissioner Dwayne McDonald, who said he was born a biological male. Well, that's kind of obvious just by looking at the picture.
Can't you tell by the masculine shoulders?
Yes, or the 12 o'clock
Stupid
shadow.
Canadians. And where did he get a gun? Aren't you not even allowed to have a gun in Canada?
Oh, God, it's so silly. Yeah, it's so silly that people. But obviously, looking at this picture of this guy, something's wrong.
You can see.
I mean, don't you think we should start talking about this now, or is it always about the gun?
It's always about the
gun with these people.
The gun's always at fault. It's not the guy who thinks he's a girl with the giant boobs. It's kind of, hey, makes sense, doesn't it? Obviously, he's mentally ill, and obviously something set him off. I mean, he killed his mom and his brother.
Mom and let me get back to that. Killed his mom and was it mother and stepbrother. Yeah. Okay.
So something's going on there.
Something's going on. And, this is one of the things I wanted to talk about today is the political left is destroying our kids. They're making them insane with first of all, with the narrative and the propaganda that anybody can change their gender, for instance. And something's going on. Who knows if it's with vaccines, if it's causing, or with the drugs that they're using to fix ADHD or other things that are possibly caused by some vaccines. I don't know. I'm not a doctor, but I hear stuff and always very concerned with this last generation of kids being vaccinated so much that it might be an issue. But the drugs and the propaganda, I think the Democrats have found a way to really turn these kids into monsters, and they're using them. Look at all the protests right now. Look at the people at the protests in Minneapolis. They're crazy leftists. These people are not well in the head.
And they're all white liberals.
Anyway, go ahead. What are your thoughts?
They're all white liberals. Even the black
Yeah,
people
why
in
don't we see
Minnesota are like,
conservatives
what?
doing?
Some black guy was on the corner. He's like, look at it. It's all white liberals. He goes, you don't see any black people over there. He goes, because we're not stupid. He goes, we're not dumb. We're not being brainwashed. 99% of the people in Minneapolis are all white liberals. That right there should tell you something.
Yeah, well, it does. It tells you
in
that
a city that's 90% black.
Yeah, there's a common denominator among the people that are acting like this. And I'm trying to put my finger on it. And the only thing I keep coming up with is that it's the media that they're consuming, and it's the school conditioning and brainwashing that they're getting in their colleges and even in their high schools.
Yeah, they're not even teaching them anything in school anymore. I think they're just teaching them how to protest and just indoctrinate their brain to think you know, oh, this needs to be done. We got to get this done. We got to, hey, hate Trump, hate Trump, hate Trump. But they don't know why they hate him.
Yeah.
No, you can ask any of them why they hate him, and they can't tell you why. He's racist.
Well,
prove it.
Let me give you an example of just how crazy this particular Canadian boy is. Danny, we have that other clip. That hysterical laughing, evil laughing, almost like he's a supervillain in some, DC comics movie. It's just something's wrong. I mean, and to keep denying the fact that these kids are getting mentally, psychologically destroyed, all what seems to be for this woke ideology and this movement from the political left, it's such a shame. And I can't believe more parents aren't. The problem is, I think the reason more parents aren't speaking out as their kids are being programmed and brainwashed is because they too are programmed and brainwashed. And because now we're touching now on the second generation of this crap, because the parents are young enough to have been indoctrinated themselves, and now their kids are coming up. So it seems normal to them, but these kids, left-wingers, liberals, progressives, Democrats, are destroying these kids. You don't see this out of conservative kids. The conservative kids are not crazy like this.
No, they go to school and they learn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's something going on. There's a common denominator that's happening only to left-wing kids.
Because they're easily manipulated. It seems like the left are more easily manipulated than people on the right. Because even when Biden was in office, I mean, I couldn't stand the guy, but I wasn't out protesting and burning cities down.
Right.
I had a job to go to, business to run.
Right. It's almost like when kids get sucked into that ideology in school, once they get sucked in with the peer pressure of their friends, they're gone. It's like once they break that threshold, they're gone. And some of them go radical like this. And then add to it, the constant screen time, constant TikTok, whatever the algorithms are feeding them. And then talk about drugs from, SSRI drugs and things like that. I think the left really have done a number on these kids, and they know exactly what they're doing, I believe.
And they've had 4 years dormant because they haven't done anything during Biden, because they weren't told to do anything. Now they're out there doing this summer of love crap again, burning cities, going against ICE and this and this and this. But we never had that problem with everybody else, every other Democrat, because all the cities cooperated.
Yeah.
But now they're not cooperating because it's a Republican going after them. And it's also taking their voter base away. Why do you think they don't want voter ID? Because women can't get because women can't get IDs because they changed their name when they got married.
Oh crap! That's crap.
Dude, I swear these morons sit around a table and come up with the craziest stuff, and they actually believe it. Do you believe somebody can't get an ID? So basically,
it's such crap.
So their ideology is basically saying, if you can't get an ID to vote in the most important thing in the world, then why do I have to show an ID to get cigarettes?
Well,
or get B21 to go into a bar, or show my ID to get on a plane. I shouldn't have to do that, right?
right. And it's not only that. Remember about 5 years back, 6 years, 7 years back.
Yeah, when he said if black people couldn't get IDs.
Exactly.
Now it's women. Now white liberal women can't get IDs because they got married and changed their name.
Yeah. And the reason they had to switch to women is because when they were saying that black people weren't smart enough to get IDs, black people were getting pissed off at the libs and saying, what are you talking about? Of course we can get IDs. Stop using us for your political gain. So black people were getting pissed off at the
white
liberals.
Women fall for this because they're the idiots out there protesting.
Right. Now they had to change their game plan. So now they're using the excuse that married women can't get ID. Bull crap.
They would have to go to DMV and change their name anyway. So they have an ID.
Every married woman knows how to get an ID. It's a ridiculous argument.
And even to the polls, 70% of Democratic voters want voter ID. But the Democrats don't care what the constituents want because they need the illegal immigrants to vote in the election or they will never hold office again. That's what's going on.
Of course. Oh, it just pisses me off so bad. Hey, listen, before we go to break, I want to do a woke patrol.
Woke patrol.
Yeah, we don't want to do anything to scare your children. That's the last thing we want to do. We don't want to scare anybody.
The hypocrisy of the average liberal is astonishing. On one hand, they don't want borders or walls to keep people out of America, and they hate when ICE officers, have checkpoints and check immigrants' papers and have checkpoints to verify illegal entry. But they literally create roadblocks of their own and check people's papers as soon as they're able to create the tiniest little autonomous zones. Check out this first clip, or check out both these clips.
We are literally creating a place that we know who's coming and going in and out of our neighborhoods.
In the middle of the road at 32nd and Cedar Avenue, a makeshift roadblock turned this intersection into a roundabout.
There's another clip there. Can you play that?
How did it make you feel just seeing a community checkpoint in your neighborhood?
Well, it felt fine. I don't have any trouble with folks helping out.
I don't have any trouble, he says, with folks helping out. So he doesn't have trouble with creating roadblocks and checkpoints in the town to defeat ICE. But he's got a huge problem with roadblock with a wall and checkpoints for illegals to come in. The hypocrisy is insane. Anthony, what are your thoughts on that?
Number one, what moron is stopping for that roadblock and giving them their ID anyway?
What's that? Say that again.
Who's stopping and showing their ID to these morons?
Other libs.
I'd drive by with my finger on. I'd drive by with my finger to the glass.
I'd give him a nice little squirt of pepper spray on the way through.
Yeah, and if I was in the back seat, I'd put my butt out the back window and fart right on their nose.
But listen, now think about this. The same libs that were so quick to put their mask on during COVID, they probably got their license ready. Oh yeah, here it is. Here it is. You can verify me.
They got their vax card.
This stuff.
They got their vaccination card.
Here's my license.
You morons.
Here's my vaccination. Here's my Communist Party card. All right, we got to go. We'll be right back with Virginia gun owners fight back. Right back after this.
The Cali Key removes your AR from the definition of an assault weapon and lets you keep your rifle with all its features
avoid registration hassles, and transport in hostile jurisdictions. The Cali Key also lets you hunt in jurisdictions like Pennsylvania and enhances long-range precision shooting. Cali Key's expert legal opinions empower informed decisions, and sales help grassroots Second Amendment organizations. Cali Key is your tool to keep and equip your AR, empower yourself, and defend your civil rights.
Our founding fathers saw them coming over 200 years away. That's why they wrote the Second Amendment. Join us in the fight to preserve your gun rights and stop unconstitutional gun control. Gun Owners of America is the country's only no-compromise gun rights organization. Not only do we inform and educate, but we bring the fight to court and win. Your God-given right to keep and bear arms is our top priority. Become a member today and help us take back America. Join us at gunowners.org.
All right, so there's a lot going on in the world of firearms, Second Amendment, in the state of Virginia. And so I just wrote a couple articles in Ammo Land, so I urge people to search me out on Ammo Land, find my author page. There's some really breaking, updated news on what's going on in Virginia. So this first one here I wanted to talk about it's an update on Virginia's so-called assault firearm bans and magazine restrictions. Strong resistance from Virginia gun owners with these bills, which is incredible. These guys, I've got to tell you, these people in Virginia, these gun owners will oppose firearm regulation like no one else I have ever seen across the entire country. They really are patriots there. It's just unfortunate that their government, they can't keep Republicans in the governor's house. Anyway, and there was also a message from Harmeet Dillon, who is the head of the Second Amendment Division of the Civil Rights Department. Virginia gun grabbers have been set back on their heels and have relented on a few things. I'll just try to give you some bullet points here. The House version of the so-called assault firearm ban is HB 217, and although it bans the purchase or resale of those firearms, it will allow you to keep firearms you already own. So this was one thing that they kind of relented on. After significant pressure, the Virginia gun grabbers were forced to put the grandfather clause back in place. Okay, so not a huge deal, but it is a small victory. You won't be able to buy any new, if this thing passes, you won't be able to buy any new assault firearms after July 1st of this year, nor will you be able to sell the ones you have. So they're kind of frozen in place. So that's that HB 217. They're also walking back their ban on 18 to 20-year-olds possession of so-called assault firearms. Latest revisions have also added a grandfather clause for possession of magazines capable of holding more than 10 rounds. So what they wanted to do is they wanted to completely ban this stuff, make you a criminal for owning it. The firearms, semi-automatic firearms, magazines holding more than 10 rounds. But so they put the grandfather clause back in, which was somewhat of a success. So we want to try to take our successes when we can. There was another thing called SB 727. It still restricts the public carry of rifles and shotguns classified as assault firearms, but it walked back the public carry ban on handguns that could be classified as assault firearms. So what they wanted to do is they wanted to this stuff is so anti-Second Amendment. What they wanted to do is they wanted to ban the carry of handguns in the state, period. So it got walked back because of the backlash. Anthony, I don't know what your thoughts are on this, but these Democrats are so anti-Second Amendment. I don't know what's going to happen to Virginia, honestly. What are your thoughts?
They just want control. They want to take the guns and they want control. And people, I don't know, they're Virginia's going, I mean, that's ridiculous. And I love the assault rifle crap. It's just, they love that word.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah,
rifles.
Of course.
Machine guns.
And
now we're into machine guns.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. They classify this stuff to make it sound so heinous and dangerous and destructive. And the libs who've never shot a gun in their life are going, oh my God, I'm scared. I'm scared of these things. I'm scared of these scary guns. And they will vote for anything that these left-wing politicians put out there. They'll support it. It's just such a, it's so limited in their thought process. They are so uninformed when it comes to guns. Unfortunately, you got people like the left-wing lunatics that live in Alexandria voting for this stuff in Richmond, and you're just keep creating the same problem. So it's a constant battle for Virginia gun owners. And luckily, the Virginia Citizens Defense League is on top of it always. They're always pushing back. Gun Owners of America is always pushing back on Virginia legislature. And it's just crazy. Anyway, go ahead, Anthony.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It's getting worse and worse. I mean, the blue states are just they're just going hard on it. They want, well, look at our idiot governor. She wants us to get liability insurance. From who?
Exactly. You can't get it in New York State.
You can't get it in New York State. So what do you think? You're going to come and take everybody's guns? Good luck with that.
Yeah.
That's not going to work.
And that's why it makes it so difficult, because they create these laws that you can't even comply with.
Right.
And they know it.
Yeah, we don't have an insurance company in the state, and I'm not buying it anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Why should I? Our founding fathers never said the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed, as long as you have insurance.
Yeah, and that the Bruin case just kills that anyway. And I don't think,
of course,
the morons in the legislature are going to pass that. They know it's not going to work, and they know it's going to create a lot of bad press for them. Like, I don't know. I don't see that passing through, but I see the Glock thing going through, because that's just how crazy they are. They think, that's going to stop criminals. That's the problem with them. They don't care about the criminals.
Right.
They care about what me and you are doing, which we ain't doing anything.
Left-wing, I know, we can't do anything. I know. But as these left-wingers get crazier and crazier, they are starting to get more violent. And they want guns in their possession because they want to do bad things with guns. They want to hurt people with guns. While conservatives, right-wingers, Republicans, we've always had guns. And the intent was never to hurt people. The intent for our possession of firearms is to protect people, ourselves, our families, and good people around us.
I mean, they're the ones doing all the crime. They're the ones doing school shootings.
Yeah.
Not us. I mean, we're not going out there and saying, I think I'm going to go to the gun-free school zone today with my boobs and my high heels and my Adam's apple.
My lipstick in my purse.
It's just that's
unbelievable. Well, there's one other thing in Virginia that I wanted to hit on. I also wrote an article on this that just came out yesterday. Virginia gun owners defeat the $500 suppressor tax. So the announcement that suppressors in the Commonwealth of Virginia will not be taxed is being kind of considered a somewhat of a victory. The suppressor tax has been removed, at least for now. And what happened with this was it was Virginia House Bill 207, the bill imposing the $500 tax on suppressors. It's been tabled, and it was the committee that voted on it unanimously voted to table this thing. A $500 tax on suppressors does nothing to stop criminal use, because criminals don't care about any of this nonsense. And the number of crimes that are committed with a suppressor is very small. It's not even it's not even something that should be, it's not even a concern. It's again, it's not the gun, it's not the magazine, it's not the suppressor, it has nothing to do with any of the mechanical components involved. And it has everything to do with the lunatic who wants to hurt people.
Mhm.
And typically, as we're finding, these people who are violent and killing people are either gang members or leftists or radical Islamic terrorists. When was the last time you saw a cowboy going into town and shooting the place up? Conservatives, Republicans don't do this type of behavior. We have firearms to protect ourselves and our families. And I use the term cowboy because you used to have this image, which the left tries to bring up, of the Wild West, and it was all these cowboys shooting each other. But when you really look at farmers, cowboys, cattle, people who work in those industries, who live in the country, people who live down south, people who live off the land. These are typically people who don't want trouble. They don't want violence. But you go into the cities, it's the radical leftists and the gang members who are committing all the crimes. Let's bring the spirit up a little bit. Now, I don't know if this is fake or not, okay? I want to be clear. This could be fake. If it's fake, I don't care. It's still funny. But have you seen the clip of, it's supposed to be Bad Bunny, when his vocals got isolated?
Oh, yeah, I
and
saw
the
it.
backing music dropped out while he was live on stage. Anthony, did you see this one?
I think somebody verified it was real.
Okay, well, I don't want to necessarily say it's true, but it looks real. So can we play that clip, Danny?
He sounds like, remember the Tom and Jerry episode where Tom was dressed up like a seal and he's playing the horns? Well, it is probably real because these morons play the backing tracks and he has in-ears in. So if the music did stop, he doesn't know it. It's happened.
Right. Something probably happened with the feed going out to the mains.
To the
right?
mains, and he didn't know.
He still had it in his monitor.
Because his monitor
so
mix
he
is
didn't
different.
know any different. Oh my God.
Do you know?
So this guy, I don't care. He sucks so bad. We got to give him a knuckle sandwich.
Knuckle sandwich.
Oh,
let me get to one of our sponsors real quick because we got more. This device, the Cali Key, removes your AR from the definition of so-called assault weapon. Did you know that when so-called assault weapon ban lists are created, they exclude manually operated bolt-action firearms? So just by dropping the Cali Key into your direct impingement AR and placing your semi-automatic BCG, you'll have a bolt-action rifle that falls outside the definition of assault weapon. You don't need to do anything else. So give the Cali Key a look, because with it, you could retain all your rifle's features, avoid registration complications, revive your black rifle sales if you're an FFL, regain the ability to do private party transfers, legally transport across hostile jurisdictions, hunt with your AR in areas like Pennsylvania, enhance long-range precision, and quieter suppress shooting. Cali Key has state-specific expert attorney opinions on its website and supports grassroots Second Amendment organizations with its sales. Cali Key's mission is to empower customers and claw back our civil liberties. So go to calikey.com and use the discount code LOADED. Traditional American families are going to the Super Bowl, they're watching it on TV, and they have kids who love football. And you got these degenerates doing all this kind of like just disgusting stuff that's not appropriate for children. I never thought I'd be the one to say this, because I was always kind of like, and you too, Anthony, playing in rock bands when we were younger. We don't care. Who cares what happens? But when you have kids, you understand that there should be boundaries. But the political left has no boundaries. It seems like they want to corrupt the children.
Well, just imagine some family in Puerto Rico and their kids are watching who speak Spanish, and they're listening to that vulgar garbage come out of his mouth.
Yeah, exactly.
They can't be happy about that.
People don't want to see that stuff. It's like, when are we going to be able to bring back traditional American values where, things were more age appropriate? And, hey, I love going to comedy shows, the vulgar comedy shows and stuff like that. Don't get me wrong, but I just think that, kids shouldn't be exposed to a lot of this stuff. It's just not fair to them, you know?
Yeah. The only way the halftime shows are going to be good again is if you get rid of Jay-Z and Roger Goodell, but they're not going anywhere.
Well, there's talk about, how he's really trying to go global, and that's what this move was all about. I don't know if that's true, but by doing this, he's appealing to other countries, but it's the national fire. It's the national fire. It's the National Football League. It's ours. It's an American sport. It's our league, America's league. Why now do we have to take this global and start appealing to all sorts of countries who don't share our values? I don't know. I mean, don't they already have enough money? I mean, what is this about?
It's about money. They want to merge with ESPN. That's why they put Bad Bunny up there, but he didn't even break the record. He only had 128 million, and it wasn't 128 million people watching. It was a TV playing itself.
He did break one record. You know what it is? He broke the record for the most people to tune out of his halftime show.
Yeah.
Was it like 10 million people watched on YouTube or something like that?
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of different. I watched it on Charge, which, they had to have ratings from that. There's like 10 different channels showing the Turning Point thing. So it wasn't just YouTube.
So I think the only record he broke was the number of people who didn't watch, who actually were watching the game, but then turned the channel for the halftime show.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people watch them. I think it's all bull crap. It's all it's a joke.
Yeah. Well, hey, thanks, Anthony. Great show. And thank you for watching on Rumble, YouTube, all our podcast platforms. Anywhere there's a podcast, you can probably find the Loaded Mic. And also our network, Spreely. You can check out Spreely.com, where we run live on Spreely, and we're also in their podcast network. So thanks for watching. My name's Dan Wass, and the Second Amendment is not a privilege. It's your right.